Hello and welcome to Season A, the platform where we speak truth to power. We're going to just hear a short clip here. I'm not quite sure how long it will go for. Of the general um, talking about the war, the impending likely war in Niger. What he's talking about is that he really doesn't. He wants the war, the crisis to end, and to begin training for officers, Nigerian officers. That is the Nigerian officers, not Nigerian. Nigerian. You can see the confusion about it. Nigerian. You can see that. And with on very 1,000 meters, 1,000 uh, 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 miles, 1,000 miles, and maybe of a border, between Nigeria and Niger. I mean, it's crazy. Now let us do one thing. 1 second, please. Let us hear what he has to say. We'll listen for a few minutes, but essentially they're saying that they need to train the officers, which means it's an admission that the officers are poorly trained. Let's listen.
Of Nigeria that is people-centric. Professional means we do things right. We are proactive. We are not just sitting ducks and waiting for the enemy to come. We anticipate ahead. We have foresight. That is people-centric. From my experience, a lot of times we tend to forget that whatever it is we're doing, we are safeguarding and securing the people. And if the people are not happy with what we are doing, then we are losing it. And we must learn that whatever it is we're doing, the people must come first. They must give us the adequate support, because without their support, especially in asymmetric warfare, we'll be running in cycles. Collaborative, just like we're doing. I can see other paramilitary and other services that are here, which is very, very important. And capable of meeting its constitutional responsibility, which basically is what we are meant for. Territorial integrity, and then internally if required. Now, internal is we're providing support to the Nigerian police and other security agencies, which must be enhanced. And that is very critical to what we're doing for us to enable us achieve our success in a joint environment. Critical. Because now no unit, no parastatal, no individual organization can do it alone. We have seen it happen over and over. Even if this rescue of non-combatant individuals, we need the collaboration of everybody in a joint environment. The imperative for jointness is a denominator common to my leadership concept and common philosophies of the service chiefs. It is pertinent to state that the Armed Forces of Nigeria is continuously advancing new training strategies aimed at building this and strengthening resilience on the conduct of joint operations among the services. Recently, the training curriculum of the services war colleges were harmonized to provide the right training package for operational level commanders to gain requisite proficiencies in the conduct of joint military operations. In line with this, the Defense Headquarters approved the conduct of this joint training exercise to create opportunities for participants across the armed forces and sister agencies to synchronize efforts between the military, strategic, and operational levels of command. It is my belief that this training exercise will add in no small measure to better a lot of the participants in conduct of joint military operations at the grand strategic, military strategic, and operational levels. This is even more expedient as the environment in which the armed forces of Nigeria, sister security agencies, and other nations conduct operations is becoming increasingly complex and uncertain. Just recently, we still have the Niger crisis that is brewing, and we are running up to see how we can handle that without shedding any bloodshed, without any bloodshed. Thus, to be effective and efficient, we must train together at every given opportunity under conditions that are as realistic as possible. Realism in training is very important. Allow participants to make mistakes. They make mistakes and they are corrected, they learn better. But if you turn mistakes to punitive measures, nobody will want to do, everybody will want to just remain. And at the end, you find out that you are building zombies, not individuals that are professionals. Let me clearly state that the Defense Headquarters views exercise trainers as a laudable step in the right direction, and I will support the college leadership at ensuring the exercise achieve its desired objectives. So congratulations, the Commandant and staff.
So, what am I picking up here? It seems as though they're saying that they want the Niger crisis to end and begin training for officers. So it means that there is clearly not a force in place that is strong and dependable that can go into Niger. Now, I've said it before. We need to understand the pretext upon which they are trying to go into Niger is a falsehood. Niger has done nothing wrong but to protect its own integrity against that interference from a foreign body. principally France. France is looting the natural resources of Niger, and Niger have every right to stop it. They have every right. They have to use all means to stop it. It is clear that France is interfering by imposition of a clandestine democracy, a democracy that they handpicked. The people of Niger had no hand in picking the people you call leaders. The president Bazoum, they had no hand in it. This was an imposition by the French, which shows that there is no independence for Niger. So the news that we are hearing that they want to get more training, they want the crisis to come to an end, and then they can train officers. It's a covert way of saying we're not ready for any war. And I state it again, we as Africans must not be fighting each other. We mustn't. We need to make sure that we do not allow proxy wars to take place on any part of Africa. So anyway, what are your thoughts? So you heard the general there saying that. I'll try and get his name and dig it out. I'll put it up on the print. But what are your thoughts? You see him speaking there, talking about we want Niger crisis to end and begin training for officers. Obviously, begin training for officers suggests that our officers currently now they're not receiving adequate training. So if they're not receiving adequate training, then they're clearly not ready to go into any war. At that, we should not be going to war against a country that is trying to defend itself from the exploitation that's been carried out on it for over 40 years by France. So I just wanted to state that. So what are your thoughts? You're of course watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Please subscribe to Citizen AY. Subscribe, hit the notification button, and of course give us a thumbs up. So go ahead, one more time, subscribe, hit the notification button, and of course finally give us a thumbs up. Help us reach more people. So it's important to understand that they want the Niger crisis to end and begin training for officers. Very, very important that we understand that it is a code for we're not ready. If you are talking about training officers even before going to war, it means that they're poorly trained. They're probably they lack the proper equipment and all of that. That's the coded language there. But anyway, let's hear your thoughts. What are your thoughts on this? How do you view this? You are of course watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. I'll be back later on. Please help us share this podcast and leave a comment. You are of course watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Don't forget, subscribe, hit the notification button, and of course give us a thumbs up. Keep it locked on. Citizen AY.